Welcome to Italy, and specifically Venice. This will be part 2 of my interrailing series, if you like. But anyway, we are going out in about 10 minutes to see the England game. It is, what's the date today? It is July the 10th. And we're playing Netherlands, so obviously when this is out we'll know the result of that. Heard everything's really expensive, so I think the strat will be to go down the back streets and find somewhere to eat, but we'll see, so stay tuned. So we've got almost a week in Italy. We've got 3 stops, a couple of days in each. I think it's 6 or 7 days. First pizza of many is down, and it was a good one. Did not disappoint, and a couple of Peronis as well. Cannot go wrong. I'm heading to a place called Devil's Forest now to try and watch the game. Fingers crossed. I think that's lucky if we get that. Oh no, you've seen him given. Yeah. This is the views from the top of St Paul's Bell, I think it's called, I'm not sure. It costs €10 to come up here. Nothing in this place is cheap, but there's some decent views. Cannot go wrong with a good view, but €10, we were just fleeced for €67 for a couple of beers, and probably the worst scrams we've had all trip so far. So we had to pay a visit to the highly recommended Suso ice cream in San Marco. It definitely lived up to the hype. The strawberry was a personal favourite of mine, but it was actually too hot. It was about 33 degrees on the day we had in Venice, which just meant that it melted everywhere, which is not ideal when you're just trying to enjoy an ice cream. These hailstones were mad. I've not seen anything like this before, and put it this way, I wouldn't want to have my car parked in that. The clips here really don't do it justice, but I'm not exaggerating when I say they were actually the size of golf balls. Listen to the noise! Morning from Milan, so it's our first and only day here. We arrived last night, went out for a few drinks, didn't take the camera, just wanted to be present. But I'm stood in front of the Duomo now, I think that's how you say it. As far as I'm aware, it's like a religious, some sort of cathedral building, I think. It's absolutely packed in this square here. Taylor Swift is playing 2 nights at the San Siro tonight and tomorrow, so it's full of Swifties and group of girls and that, so we'll avoid most of that, but we still want to go in here, and there's terraces I think to go up with a decent view. So yeah, I think it's pretty cheap, so stay tuned to see what we get up to in Milan. First impressions are actually really good. I didn't hear many good things about this place, but it's actually surprising me in a good way. Now the weather is absolutely perfect. It's like 24 degrees, nice breeze, but it's blue sky. It's a bit of a change from like the 33 we had in Venice, which gets unbearable when you're walking around. So yeah, here we are. People just don't believe that it's coming back one day. Oh no. People just don't believe that it's coming So we've come to see the San Siro and we're literally the only two, and we look like we've come to Taylor Swift, and this is what we're dealing with.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Very old one.
Milan day one is almost complete. Finally got a trim. Been looking a bit washed on the clip so far. Always a bit of a nervy experience getting a trim abroad, but the language barrier proved not to be an issue. I think it's alright, you can't really tell after you've had a shower though. Anyway, plan is we're going to actually go out tonight. Walking back to the Airbnb now, get a couple of beers for the gaff. We're going to try this place which looks over onto the Duomo. Can never get that word right. Looks a bit posh for us though, so we'll see. I don't know, just a few beers and a chill night would probably be alright, but welcome to Como. This is the Airbnb. We arrived at around lunchtime today. Just been relaxing for a couple of hours on this nice terrace here. This is the spot where we've just been chilling, overlooking the city and a little bit of the lake you can see over there and the football ground as well. Zoom in a little bit. So yeah, the plan for today is, well, it's July the 14th, which is the Euros final, which obviously England are playing in. So we're going to go out and have a look around the city and Old Town in a little bit, and then find somewhere to watch a game tonight. A little bit nervous actually. I wasn't too fussed about the semis and the quarters, but I feel it now. I don't think it helps that I'm not very confident either. So yeah, anyway, this Airbnb is 2 single beds. Really nice actually. I mean, the views speak for themselves. This is the main reason why we chose this. The couple who own it are actually really friendly. I think we've got breakfast included as well, which I didn't know, but they've put out some bits for us, and there's a coffee machine and things like that. This terrace behind me here is shared with another guest room, but those people are not here. I don't know if they're going to be actually, so we might just have it all to ourselves. Have a little bit of a walk down here, show you around a little bit. So there's a cat here, there's a couple of dogs knocking about as well. This contraption here is actually, because it's a bit of a climb up here from the road, but this is, you put your luggage in this, and then there's a switch somewhere, I can't see where it is, there's a switch on these lampposts, and then this acts as like a pulley all the way down there. You can see how far it goes, for like heavy bags and stuff, so we use that to come up. The most awkward thing about this though is how to get up here. It's pretty much unwalkable because it's about, you know, the incline, it's take about an hour and a half, and especially when you've got your bags and stuff like travelling or interrailing. So yeah, taxis and Uber is not, although Uber exists, there's about 2 cars on the map in the whole of Como, so that's a bit of a waste of time. And rang up a local taxi and they said they haven't got any available, so luckily this nice gentleman who owns this has offered to give us a lift back after the game tonight, so we'll be taking him up on that for sure. But as for public transport, we've got to sit on the bus for like half an hour on the way down there, and the buses are so infrequent. I mean, it doesn't help that it's a Sunday, but yeah, it just makes the whole thing a little bit awkward. So apparently those skyscrapers that you might just be able to see on the horizon over there are Milan, and then if you look to the right, the mountains in the foreground are still Italy, and the ones in the background are actually over the border and into Switzerland. That is where we are heading next on our trip. This is how you know it's getting proper. I've got Wimbledon on, got the England shirt on now. Life is good. So I saw this place online, J Lab, right in the centre of Como City. Recommended. Apparently, was told if you visit Como you can't not come here. So here we are. Got chocolate and cheesecake. Had a little taste of the cheesecake one already, banging, so probably recommend this place already. Yeah, this place absolutely slapped. If you visit Como, get yourself down to Gelab.
Perfetto, il tuo espresso perfetto.
So after the disappointment of last night, which didn't get recorded, we had a pretty early night back at the Airbnb, which meant we could wake up early this morning. We've come to a place called Bellagio, which is around an hour journey away from Como. It's a nice, I guess you could say, quaint little town that's sort of on the lip of where the lake bends around. I'll insert a photo, but it means that you get good points like this in the background where you can see the lake on both sides of the town, which you don't get in Como.
But you were never my girl. It was just my turn. But you were never my girl.
So I'm back at the Airbnb now, and this marks the end of our stay in Italy, but also the end of my second interrailing vlog. I think so anyway. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to split everything up yet, but I feel like this is a good point to end the second video. So we're on the move again in the morning. We've got a fairly early train booked, so thanks for watching, I guess, and all that good stuff. But stay tuned to see the final 3 countries of our trip. That will be in the next video.